Alright, y'all. I love the Super Smash Bros. Series. They aren't just my favorite games, they're my favorite piece of media on this planet. That includes comic books, TV shows, movies, anything. It's my favorite, especially the fourth entry in the series. I don't think in my life I will ever love a game like I love that game. Almost all the friends I have today I made playing Super Smash Bros. And playing Roblox. We're not really going to talk about Roblox in this video though. That game has become something that it just not what it used to be. For people growing up back in like 2012 to 2008 to now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I can't say that for the Smash series. Even though each entry is a completely different game, there's always one thing that has remained consistent about Smash. The Nintendo characters we grew up watching on TV, watching on YouTube, and playing their games were all in the game. And that just does something for this series that a lot of games cannot replicate at all. For me though, some of the most joy this series has ever given me wasn't even from playing the game. Something special happened in the third entry, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. There were two guest characters that were playable, Solid Snake from the Metal Gear Solid series and Sonic the Hedgehog. That did something for us back in 2008. I don't think a lot of you understand that. And if you're confused on how this relates to Marvel Rivals, just give me a second, okay? I'm going to explain that. Stay with me, all right? When we saw that guest characters can join the Smash Bros. Cast, it opened up an entirely new world of discourse surrounding the game. The amount of hype that was generated when we saw Sonic was in the game, it kind of broke the gaming sphere in like 2008. If you were there, like paying attention to it, I spent countless hours with my friends talking about who's going to be in the next Smash game, what their moveset's going to be, are they going to have their own maps, just all of it, everything to consider. So when Smash 4 came out on the Wii U and 3DS, we saw throughout its life cycle that they added in not only new guest characters, but new existing Nintendo characters. Everyone had a chance to be added to the roster. I mean, there were even older characters that were added to the roster as well, like Little Mac, Wii Fit Trainer, and Villager from Animal Crossing. Everybody had a chance. So now let me get into why this relates to Marvel Rivals, because what I just mentioned at the end of that is what I believe is present in Marvel Rivals. This is one of the reasons why I actually came back to this game after dropping it. I kept having discussions with my friends about who's going to be the next character, what their moveset's going to be, what team ups they might have, and I even was talking about what outfits they might wear. There hasn't been a game like that for me in so long that has given me the opportunity to talk about who is coming to the game and also invoke the feelings of excitement that I've had about who will come to the game. Now imagine instead of it being a fighting game series like Tekken and Mortal Kombat, series that I have followed and have had the same types of talks with friends before, it's a hero shooter with Marvel characters. I'm sorry, I know the lore of Tekken and Mortal Kombat. Their characters do not evoke the same feelings I have for the Marvel brand and Nintendo brand. These two are too iconic for me not to be mesmerized by everyone is here kind of game, which is why I've come to the conclusion that the Marvel brand carries Marvel Rivals. And that's a good thing. It's the same for Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. Was supposed to be a 2D platformer / fighting game with original characters instead of the Nintendo All-Stars. I'm going to tell you this right now, that game would have flopped. Now apply that same logic to Marvel Rivals. Do you think you would still be playing this game if we had Mr. Freedom instead of Captain America, or Super Panther instead of Black Panther? I know I wouldn't put up with half of the nonsense in this game if they weren't Marvel characters, and I think a good sum of players wouldn't either. Imagine all the pain Hulk players have to go through. Now what if it wasn't Hulk and he was just some original character created for this game? I personally don't know how long Rivals would have lasted if that were the case, but I think it would not have lasted pretty long. People are already leaving this game because of the poor decisions by the devs, even with the Marvel brand. And I have a few examples of me leaving games because of that reason myself. I gave games like Halo Infinite way more time than I should have because it had the Halo IP, and ultimately it failed me as a player. But it had Halo in it, so I played it for a little bit more time than I should have, and that was a mistake. That game just sucks in my opinion. But Halo doesn't have the kind of swag like the Marvel IP does, honestly. I pray to whatever god there is that when we get Cyclops next season, because every finger is pointing towards that being the case, when he drops, he better be busted like the last couple characters they've released. Cyclops is one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe. I played as him in X-Men Legends, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom. I want to play as Scott fucking Summers. I want to play as one of my favorite muties. There's no other game on the market where I can play as him in recent times. So please make him good, man. Don't do what y'all did to Blade. Please, man. I'm not trying to look at this from a competitive or balancing angle either, even though I just mentioned game balance. It's a 6v6 hero shooter. It's kind of hard not to talk about that. I can say that that's what Smash Bros has over Rivals. You can choose to play Smash competitively by turning off items and playing on flat stages. Rivals is a competitive game by nature, even in quick play. Again, 6v6 hero shooter. It's going to be hard to make a super duper casual friendly game without worrying about balancing the roster. But to my point I made earlier though, on how this game is carried by the Marvel IP and why that's a good thing, there's so many people becoming familiarized with Marvel characters from this game alone. Look at Magic, for example. People love playing this character. They also love the skins she has. Magic has become so popular that Marvel has created a solo comic series for her, and she's in the new Marvel fighting game. All this because she's one of the more popular characters in Marvel Rivals. Remember, I said I grew up playing as Cyclops in X-Men Legends, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and Marvel vs. Capcom. Yet none of these games had Magic in them. A game perfect for her to be present in because she wasn't as popular. If you can't tell yet, I'm a huge X-Men fan, by the way. They're my favorite Marvel group, and that's why I'm so passionate about them being in this game. Although I'm not a fan of how Storm, Wolverine, and Magneto has been designed in this game, I don't play them as much for that reason. But you know who I am a fan of in this game? I'm a big fan of Star-Lord and how he is designed, which is why he's my most played character in this game. I like his voice lines, I like his skin, I like everything about his character. I like how he's played everything, to the point where since I started playing this game, I became more invested in Star-Lord outside of Rivals. I'm learning about his lore, I'm learning about the stuff he's done throughout the Marvel Universe because of how fun he is to play. Imagine how many people are having these experiences because of Rivals. I've had these experiences because of Smash as well. I love Fire Emblem and I love the Metal Gear Solid series because I played Super Smash Brothers. I feel like as a community we don't really talk about that or even realize what we have in this game. There's so many things we can talk about when it comes to Marvel Rivals, yet we just kind of don't do it at all actually. And if we are doing it, I'm not hearing those voices enough because let's be honest, everyone's on the table when it comes to this game. They can add anyone to the game. And we don't even really talk about team ups as much anymore unless they make or break the characters. And that's what I want to get into also. Team ups. The thing that makes this game so unique. All team ups are not created equal. In my eyes, that's not okay. Rogue has one of the best team ups in this game, but it's attached to Gambit, so she almost never has it in comp. And when she does have it, running 3 tanks is genuinely a good strategy. I personally believe we need to introduce some two-way team ups in this game, especially on the tank role. That would make tanks so much more fun to play. I'm tired of seeing Hulk be the anchor of some of the best team ups in the game. He's had Namor Square team ups, Gamma Glove team ups, BP Shield team ups, Strain Maelstrom team ups, and the Iron Man team up. Like, bro, can he at least get some kind of love? For all the OGs out there, y'all remember when Hulk was getting perma-banned because of the team ups he had. And that's just insane to think about. Cloak and Dagger are on the same type of timing to an extent. They have yet to receive a single team up. They've only been the anchor. I want the devs to be more silly with their team ups too. My favorite team up in the game is the Human Torch team up. Him and Thing flying around doing all that silly shit is just funny to see. I have yet to see that team up not result in a hilarious moment. Now, I'm not saying that all team ups are like bad and boring, but I think maybe for like a season or two, we just give two-way team ups a try. See how much it changes the game. Again, do it for the tanks. Because if any role in this game deserves that kind of love, it's the tank role, and we all know it. I guarantee you, if you start adding two-way team-ups amongst tanks, there will be a lot more people playing that role. And I just want to remind everyone, this game is clearly being advertised to the more casual audience. Does that mean we shouldn't voice our concerns about the obvious unbalanced roster? No, keep letting devs know they need to do better. We as the community also have to be able to hold ourselves accountable as well. Is a character truly weak because they aren't as strong as others? Maybe that said character is actually in a good state surrounded by overtuned characters. We have to be just as critical of ourselves as we are with the devs. It's just there's so much crazy shit in the game right now that it's really easy to always be negative and pessimistic about the game, that sometimes we don't realize what's sitting right in front of us. I keep coming back to play this sloppy ass game because there's a stark difference between watching the Marvel gang all be in one place and playing as them all in one place. I know Marvel Rivals can be so much better than what it is right now, and I know the glaring issues are hard to ignore. Let's acknowledge this one good thing though. It's a Marvel game that we can all play with our friends. So maybe we can get the ball rolling on some new changes we like to see, whether it be new characters, new team ups, new game modes, what we want in their move sets, anything alongside the balancing. This is Marvel we're talking about. Some people will deadass get on this game just to play their favorite hero, and some people will get on here just to play meta to win. And both parties have a place in this community. Let's never forget that. I don't always boot up Rivals to play comp. Most of the time I get onto this game to play QP with my friends and do silly stuff. And that will never change because I'm beginning to just enjoy this game for what it is. My favorite Marvel characters are here, or they're coming to the game and I want to play them. So try to look at it from that lens every now and then. The main priority right now should be to balance the game, but there's more for the game that could be done as well. So let's wrap this up. Hopefully the game can become more balanced, and hopefully a lot more of our discourse isn't just about game balance. This can be an endless well of content. So if you made it this far into the video, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and peace out.